Chronicle, last known addresses, 84.5 Ewing Street, Peru, Indiana 46970 and 41 East Market Street, Logansport, Indiana 46947. Age 36, blue eyes, height 5 feet 7 inches, blonde hair, weight 170 pounds. Convicted of sexual misconduct with a minor on October 16, 2017 and sentenced to serve 2,190 days in prison. Anthony Edward Willis, last known address, 2679 E 1100 S, Amboy, Indiana 46911. Age 29, hazel eyes, black hair, weight 175 pounds, convicted of rape on January 25, 2016. Brandon Wesley Carrico, last known address, 603 Madison Avenue, Peru, Indiana 46970. Age 31, brown eyes, brown hair, height 6 feet, weight 265 pounds. Convicted of child molesting and sexual misconduct with a minor on April 19, 2012. Kali and Marie Turner, last known address, 566 West 3rd Street, Peru, Indiana 46970. Age 27, blue eyes, brown hair, height 5 feet 7 inch, weight 240 pounds. Convicted of sexual misconduct with a minor on March 22, 2018 and sentenced to serve 5 years in jail. Christopher Allen Himes, last known address, 262 West 7th Street, Peru, Indiana 46970. Age 39, blue eyes, blonde hair, height 6 feet, weight 160 pounds. Convicted of sexual misconduct with a minor on November 15, 2004 and sentenced to 7 years in prison plus 1 year suspended. Christopher Charles Flickraft, last known address, 109 Logan Street, Peru, Indiana 46970. Age 24, hazel eyes, blonde hair, height 5 feet 11 inches, weight 160 pounds. Convicted of child molesting on March 7, 2019 and sentenced to serve 487 days in prison while 608 days were suspended. Cody A. Pickett, last known address, 3982 E 750 S, Macy, Indiana 46951. Age 35, green eyes, black hair, height 5 feet 11 inches, weight 152 pounds. Convicted of child molesting on July 20, 2011, sentenced to serve 6 years in prison plus 6 years suspended. Dalton Thomas Neal, last known address, 107 West Wabash Street, Converse, Indiana 46919. Age 29, hazel eyes, blonde hair, height 5 feet 10 inches, weight 170 pounds. Convicted of child molesting on May 24, 2012. Danny Eugene Sheets, last known address, 379 East Main Street, Peru, Indiana 46970. Age 67, blue eyes, brown hair, height 5 feet 8 inches, weight 228 pounds. Convicted of child molesting on June 7, 2004 and sentenced to 4 years and 11 months in jail. David Cyril Lappin, last known address, 562 West Main Street, Peru, Indiana 46970. Age 65, brown eyes, gray hair, height 5 feet 9 inches, weight 350 pounds. Convicted of child molestation on May 27, 1998, sentenced to 17 years in prison and served 11 years and 10 months, was released on July 1, 2009. David E. Anderson Sr., last known address, A 7440 S 300E, Claypool, Indiana 46510. Age 75, hazel eyes, gray hair, height 5 feet 7 inches, weight 159 pounds. Convicted of child molesting on June 6, 2012 and sentenced to 4 years in prison plus 2 years suspended. Earl Dwayne Wilder, last known address, 2934 S 300W Lot 220, Peru, Indiana 46970. Age 54, hazel eyes, brown hair, height 6 feet, weight 210 pounds. Convicted of rape and criminal deviant conduct on January 5, 2001 and sentenced to 50 years, 30 years suspended, released from prison on November 12, 2007. Gary Lee Worley, last known address, 167 West 7th Street, Peru, Indiana 46970. Age 45, blue eyes, brown hair, height 5 feet 11 inches, weight 327 pounds. Convicted of child molesting on June 1, 1991 and sentenced to 2 years probation. Convicted again of child molesting on March 14, 1997 and sentenced to 16 years in prison, 10 years suspended and 10 years probation. Gary Lynn Armstrong, last known address, 6454 S Sunset Boulevard, Macy, Indiana 46951. Age 58, blue eyes, brown hair, height 5 feet 11 inches, weight 175 pounds. Convicted of child molesting on December 21, 2006, sentenced to 8 years in prison of which 4 were suspended. Gregory Allen Owens, last known address, 521 and 800 W 27, Converse, Indiana 46919. Age 58, brown hair, brown eyes, height 6 feet, weight 265 pounds. Convicted of child molesting on January 28, 2010 and sentenced to 25 years in prison minus 10 years suspended, released in 2018. Although Gregory Allen Owens was serving time in prison when Abby and Libby were killed, he was released not long afterward, so if he was a member of Klein's pedophilia ring before he was arrested, it is likely that he rejoined the ring after his release, and if he was a trusted member he would have been shown the footage of the murders of Abby and Libby. Harold Richard Claybaugh Jr., last known address, 507 South Jefferson Street, Silver Lake, Indiana 46982. Age 62, brown eyes, brown hair, height 5 feet 11 inches, weight 190 pounds. Convicted of child molesting on April 8, 2002. James A. Hansen, last known address, 136 Cleveland Street, Lot 2, Bunker Hill, Indiana 46914. Age 78, blue eyes, gray hair, height 5 feet 8 inches, weight 160 pounds. Convicted of child molesting on March 27, 1991 and sentenced to 3 years in prison. Convicted of sexual battery on April 24, 2008 and sentenced to 2 years in prison. James Lynn Imel, last known address, 2282 S 200W, Peru, Indiana 46970. Age 43, blue eyes, height 5 feet 7 inches, brown hair, weight 210 pounds. Convicted of sexual misconduct with a minor on April 10, 2002. Sentenced to 6 years in prison plus 4 years suspended. James Michael Black, last known address, 10832 S 550E, Amboy, Indiana 46911. Age 69, brown hair, green eyes, height 6 feet 3 inches, weight 230 pounds. Convicted of child molesting on September 18, 2014. James Roger Koger, last known address, 10622 South Poplar Street, Miami, Indiana 46959. Age 70, blue eyes, white hair, height 5 feet 8 inches, weight 180 pounds. Convicted of sexual battery against children on November 6, 1995 and released from prison on Mars 21, 1998. Jared Wesley Stapleton, last known addresses, 213 East 3rd Street, Peru, Indiana 46970 and 208 E. Washington Avenue, Peru, Indiana 46970. Age 39, brown eyes, brown hair, height 6 feet, weight 246 pounds. Convicted of possession of child pornography on October 5, 2017. Jason Andrew Trigg, last known address, 6034 North Lakeshore Drive, Macy, Indiana 46951. Age 43, blue eyes, gray and black hair, height 6 feet 4 inches, weight 312 pounds. Convicted of child molesting on January 7, 2016 and sentenced to serve 8 years in jail plus 12 years suspended. Jason Mark Cornelius, last known address, 721 W 250S, Peru, Indiana 46970. Age 31, blue eyes, brown hair, height 5 feet 8 inches, weight 175 pounds. Convicted of possession of child pornography on December 10, 2013 and sentenced to 8 months in prison. Jeremy Clark Fisher, last known address, 1850 West Matador Street, Aparion Care and Nursing Center, Peru, Indiana 46970. Age 83, blue eyes, brown hair, height 5 feet 8 inches, weight 140 pounds. Convicted of child molesting on December 9, 1991 and sentenced to 4 years in prison, released from prison on May 31, 1993. Jeremy Lee Hall, last known address, 10716S 100W, Silver Lake, Indiana 46982. Age 46, blue eyes, brown hair, height 6 feet, weight 260 pounds. Convicted of possession of child pornography on December 12, 2014. Joe Earl Meriwether II, last known address, 1845 West Golden Hills Drive, Peru, Indiana 46970. Age 29, brown eyes, black hair, height 6 feet 2 inches, weight 240 pounds. Convicted of sexual misconduct with a minor on April 23, 2015. John Wesley Bowers, last known address, 4501 West 550 N, Peru, Indiana 46970. Age 64, eyes brown, hair brown, height 5 feet 10 inches, weight 279 pounds. He was convicted of sexual conduct with minors on November 17, 1998 and sentenced to 10 years suspended jail to 5 years probation. Jonathan Roy Sorensen, last known addresses, 185 West 6th Street Half, Peru, Indiana 46970 and 1312 Tupper Lake Street, Lake Odessa, Michigan 48849. Age 53, hazel eyes, brown hair, height 5 feet 8 inches, weight 227 pounds. Convicted of attempted incest on August 6, 1990 and convicted of assault with intent to commit sexual penetration on May 9, 2011. Kayla Lynn Scott, last known address, 127 West 6th Street, Peru, Indiana 46970. Age 32, hazel eyes, brown hair, height 5 feet 4 inches, weight 180 pounds. Convicted of sexual misconduct with a minor on July 23, 2015. Keith Allen Hall, last known addresses, 204 W Broadway 3, Bunker Hill, Indiana 46914 and 1411 Lindsay Street, Kokomo, Indiana 46901, age 24, hazel eyes, brown hair, height 5 feet 8 inches, weight 185 pounds. Convicted of sexual misconduct with a minor on January 23, 2020. Kevin Andrew Henning, last known address, 3478 and 1350 E, Greentown, Converse, Indiana 46919. Age 48, brown hair, hazel eyes, height 5 feet 7 inches, weight 160 pounds. Convicted of sexual offense against children on June 28, 2010. Christopher David Main, last known address, 2505 W 800N, Denver, Indiana 46926. Age 47, brown eyes, brown hair, height 5 feet 10 inches, weight 280 pounds. Convicted of sexual misconduct with a minor on February 20, 2014 and sentenced to 4 years in detention, of which 2 years were suspended and 2 years were in home detention. Larry Howard Newman, last known address, 1111 Beaches Court, Peru, Indiana 46970. Age 71, green eyes, gray hair, height 6 feet, weight 180 pounds. On March 26, 2021, officers in Peru, Indiana arrested Larry Howard Newman at his home on a Missouri warrant. Convicted of 4th-degree child molestation to 4 years sentence and 2nd-degree sodomy of a female child to 5 years sentence on October 19, 2021. Larry Howard Newman has dragon tattoo on right shoulder, goes from shoulder down to rib cage, tattoo on left breast of tiger face and bamboo, tattoo on left wrist of lotus, tattoo on right wrist of tree of life, tattoo on right forearm of runes. Mark Allen Eulery, last known address, 3844 W 1300N, Macy, Indiana 46951. Age 52, hazel eyes, brown hair, height 5 feet 7 inches, weight 120 pounds. Convicted of sexual misconduct with a minor on December 18, 2002, sentenced to serve 4 years in prison. Convicted again of sexual misconduct with a minor on September 1, 2005 and sentenced to 8 years with 4 years suspended. Michael Allen Crispin, last known address, 3982 E 750S, Macy, Indiana 46951. Age 59, brown eyes, brown hair, height 5 feet 4 inches, weight 168 pounds. Convicted of child molesting on April 8, 1991, of rape on September 28, 2000 and again of rape on August 9, 2010. Although Michael Allen Crispin was serving time in prison at the time of the murders of Abby and Libby, he was released shortly afterwards, so if he was a member of the Klein's pedophile ring before he was arrested, it is likely that he rejoined the ring after he was released, and as a trusted member he may have been informed about who killed Abby and Libby. Michael David Russ, last known address, 101 Warner Street Lot 2, Claypool, Indiana 46510, age 51, hazel eyes, brown hair, height 5 feet 11 inches, weight 212 pounds. Convicted of incest on October 24, 2008 and sentenced to 8 years in prison, released from prison on October 7, 2011. Michelle D. Helm, last known address, 599 East Ethan Court, Peru, Indiana 46970. Age 48, hazel eyes, brown hair, height 5 feet 5 inches, weight 130 pounds. Convicted of child seduction on February 28, 2017. Nicholas Boris Campbell, last known address, 80 Madison Avenue, Peru, Indiana 46970. Age 54, hazel eyes, gray hair, height 6 feet, weight 220 pounds. Registered as a sex offender against children on November 30, 2020. Paul Joseph Hain. Last known address, 472 East 5th Street, Peru, Indiana 46970. Age 49, brown eyes, brown hair, height 5 feet 10 inches, weight 190 pounds. Convicted of child molesting on August 2, 2000, sentence, 20 years, 10 years suspended, served 5 years. Convicted of sexual battery on March 24, 2011, sentenced to serve 1 year in a state prison. Ray Melvin Jackson Jr. Last known address, 171 East 3rd Street, Lot 22, Bunker Hill, Indiana 46914. Age 46, blue eyes, brown hair, height 5 feet 7 inches, weight 325 pounds. Convicted of sexual misconduct with a minor on February 20, 2003, sentenced to 1 year in prison plus 2 years suspended. Ricky Lynn Barker, last known address, 8998 E 1200 S, Converse, Indiana 46919. Age 64, blue eyes, brown hair, height 5 feet 9 inches, weight 140 pounds. Convicted of sexual offenses against children on September 9, 2007. Robert Terrell Warner, last known address, 4543 South Graber Drive, Peru, Indiana 46970. Age 35, blue eyes, brown hair, height 5 feet 11 inches, weight 230 pounds. Convicted of criminal deviant conduct and possession of child pornography on December 11, 2008 and sentenced to 8 years in prison plus 2 years suspended. Scotty Ray Ferguson, last known address, 3331 W 300 S, Peru, Indiana 46970. Age 53, blue eyes, brown hair, height 5 feet 11 inches, weight 210 pounds. Convicted of child molesting on April 27, 2005 and sentenced to 8 years in prison. Sean Anthony Michael Isaac, last known address, 25 North Perch Drive, Silver Lake, Indiana 46982. Age 27, blue eyes, brown hair, height 5 feet 11 inches, weight 236 pounds. Convicted of child molesting on April 13, 2015 and sentenced to 8 years in prison plus 2 years suspended, released from prison on August 17, 2017. Skip Leonard Owen, last known address, 558 East 5th Street, Peru, Indiana 46970. Age 55, blue eyes, brown hair, height 5 feet 9 inches, weight 380 pounds. Convicted of child molesting on March 15, 1995 and sentenced to 4 years in prison, 1 year suspended, served 3 years. Theodore Herbert Cooper Jr., last known address, 1603 N State Road 19 Lot 2, Peru, Indiana 46970. Age 63, blue eyes, brown hair, height 5 feet 4 inches, weight 157 pounds. Convicted of child molesting on February 10, 2000, sentenced to 30 years in prison, 10 years suspended, released from jail on November 19, 2008. Trevor Scott Draper, last known address, 383 West 12th Street 1, Peru, Indiana 46970. Age 30, green eyes, blonde hair, height 5 feet 9 inches, weight 180 pounds. Convicted of child molesting on January 24, 2011, sentenced to serve 1 year and 6 months in jail plus 2 years and 6 months suspended. Tyler Richard Reed, last known addresses, 3421 Bliss Road Drive, Macy, Indiana 4695 and 499 East 13th Street, Winnemac, Indiana 46996. Age 31, green eyes, black hair, height 5 feet 11 inches, weight 250 pounds. Convicted of sexual assault with intent to commit sexual penetration on August 19, 2014. William Allen Jenks, last known address, 323 East 6th Street, Peru, Indiana 46970. Age 50, hazel eyes, brown hair, height 6 feet 1 inches, weight 190 pounds. Convicted of child molesting on February 27, 1997, sentenced to 8 years in prison plus 2 years suspended. William Johnson Pullins Jr., last known address, 227 West Main Street, Peru, Indiana 46970. Age 45, blue eyes, hair brown, height 6 feet 1 inch, weight 250 pounds, convicted of sexual battery on July 8, 2000 and sentenced to 3 years suspended. Convicted of sexual misconduct with a minor on January 2, 2002 and sentenced to 8 years in jail.